Product data management is some kind of a data repository, some kind of a database which has all the engineering data about the product. Now, why do I want to store this kind of a data? I want to store this kind of a data because if, let us say, there is a model 2, right, version 2 coming based on the success of the first version. I need to know everything that went right and everything went wrong with version 1, right? So essentially take the entire data from the version 1 of the product and then take it to the second version after making all the modifications, right? There has to be a central repository of all this data for a particular product. That is what is product data management, PDM. This is a bit different from product information management system. Now, what is the difference? I would say product data management, product information management. Somehow industry has taken this as two different things, right? Two different things. Product information system is mainly for customer facing information about the product. For example, if the product is sold on multiple channels, right? So product is sold online, product is sold on some e-commerce app, the product is sold on our own website. So what information about the product is available in all these channels, right? So that kind of information management system is essentially product information management system, which is different than storing engineering data about the product. So PDM is a little different from PIM. PIM you can think of as mainly a marketing tool which has more customer facing information about the product, whereas PDM has more internal design, manufacturing related, engineering related data about the product. Okay. So what is the PDM then? PDM is essentially managing, controlling what? Creation, changing, versioning, archiving of all the technical information related to the product, right? So centrally managing design data and engineering processes, right? That's what PDM is. PDM is a subset of what is called as PLM, right? It is a subset of PLM. We'll talk about PLM in the next slide, right? Product lifecycle management is supposed to have all the data about product. PDM gives them, PDM gives PLM the engineering data. PIM will give PLM the customer facing data, and therefore the central repository of everything about the product is essentially PLM. Okay, we'll come to that in the next slide. So mainly used for tracking and creating multiple versions. So what kind of data is stored in PDM? Technical specifications, manufacturing specifications, the material, the BOM specifications, all the CAD data, all the CAE data, right? So those are all components of PDM. It is mainly used to track costs, right? So depending on the technical specifications, the cost may go up or down depending on the manufacturing specifications. Instead of using this machine to manufacture, if I can use a different machine to manufacture, if instead of using this material to manufacture, can I use a different material to manufacture? All that affects cost, and therefore PDM is looked at the cost of design, cost of manufacturing, and essentially cost of introducing a product to the market, right? So it is essentially a cost tracking technology for us. Remember, it's a component of PLM, but different than PIM. So what is PLM? PLM is essentially as I said, central repository. It has really everything, right? There are 5 key elements of PLM: systems engineering, all the CAX data, all the PDM data, manufacturing process management data, right? Essentially all of this. This is different from what is called as PLCM, even though product life cycle management. So you can call this also as PLCM, but by PLCM we have a different acronym that is mainly for marketing, right? Product life cycle management is when the product was introduced, when the product was in the peak of the sale, when the product sales started depleting. So essentially that remember that that curve, essentially when the all the bathtub curve, right? Bathtub curve is for failures, right? So initially the bathtub curve. So PLCM tracks this was the time when the product was introduced, the sales went high. It was high at some point of time, then it started dropping, then we added some features, again the sales went up, right? So essentially that is PLCM. PLCM is tracking the product from the time the product was introduced in the market till the time the product was formally retired from the market, right? So that entire life cycle management is marketing, essentially marketing tool, that is PLCM. What we are talking about is PLM, right? PLM, just like many other CAX technologies, PLM also was born in automobile industry, right? It was first tried in a lot of Jeep models. That was again, what was the purpose? We have discussed this purpose. Purpose was to reduce the development time. The time to develop the next version of the product can be reduced if I have all the information available from the previous versions, right? Then Rockwell International took this idea from automobile industry and implemented that in the defense industry, right? They developed a lot of concepts of concepts of PDM and PLM and applied that to the various defense related products, right? They had another idea called EDS, called engineering data system, which is again same thing, but more close to this thing, PDM rather than PLM. PLM is a superset, PDM is a subset, right? Now, what is the new development in the context of PLM? Once the product is sold to the customer, now the customer is going to use the product. The product is going to have its wear and tear. The product may also have breakdowns. So all that information may also be useful in terms of designing the next version of the product. So if I put a sensor on the product, even when the product is at the customer's end, and if I start collecting data from the sensors, that sensor data will tell me how the product wear and tear is happening, what are the failures. Remember, there is already something called DFMEA. DFMEA. What is DFMEA? Design failure modes effect analysis. At the design stage, what are the failure modes that I'm thinking about? What are the effects and the analysis of all of that? These failures we are talking about from the sensor data are actual field failures, not design failures, right? So why is the product failing in the field? Is it because of poor design? Is it because of poor manufacturing? Is it because of poor usage, right? All that data can be collected and which will become input to the design of the next product, right? So the recent development in PLM is to start including sensor data. Now this is called CL2M. This is called CL2M. CL2M is closed loop lifecycle management. So essentially, this is the manufacturer, this is the customer. The manufacturer has sold the product to the customer. Customer is using the product. From that, I am collecting data back and feeding it back to my design process for the next version of the product. For example, let us say that there is a pump. There is a heat exchanger that I have built and sold to the customer. This pump may be utilized by customer in different ways. Probably some of these ways are technically correct ways. Sometimes the customer is not very careful in using the product. But the customer is the owner of the product and therefore they decide how the product is to be utilized. But if I have a sensor mechanism to collect data based on the product at the field, that will give me rich information about how the product is actually getting utilized, and that can help me build better products in future. The CL2M helps me do that, right? So that is the latest in terms of PLM, right? That is the latest in terms of PLM. All right. So now we have discussed all aspects of IT enabled product management and IT enabled technologies, which will help us go towards digitalization. Remember, we started talking about digitalization. These are all digitalization. These are all databases. These are all data archives, right? Idea being, can I reduce the time? What was the time? Time that I conceptualize the product to the time that I actually get the product to my consumers, right? PLM is very important. PLM is considered to be as important as other IT pillars of the organization: CRM, customer relationship management; SCM, supply chain management; ERP, enterprise resource planning. These are very important IT systems, and PLM is supposed to be as important as these three, right? So at the base of it, it is a database, it is a data archive, right? It is a central repository of data about a particular product. So this is essentially helping us move towards digitalization of the entire production process, design process, engineering process, right? Everything. And hopefully we will build an umbrella of the entire digital processes together, integrate them, and achieve what we discussed as digital transformation of our business. Okay. So this is a summary. Once again, this is not my contribution. The diagram is I have to source, I have to credit Wikipedia for this diagram, but this diagram nicely explains all the data that is stored in PLM, right? So it has technology data, it has methods data, it has tools data, it has process data, it has people data, it has everything, right? It has PDM, product data management, it has all the CAX data, right? It has all the CPD data, it has all the DFSS data. CAQ, what is CAQ? CAQ is computer aided quality, right? What is what is CAD? What is CAD? CAID. CAID is integrated design. EDA is engineering design automation. CA, CAM, all right. MRO is manufacturing requirement repair and this thing. So you know all these things here, right? So this is essentially central repository of the product related data. All right. So that is our PLM.